Hola, y'all. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back, y'all. My name is Elle, and this is my perspective. Okay, so I got this funny story, but when you travel in the United States to different countries, whatever the case is, in rentals, usually like some Airbnbs, hotels for sure, because that's what I know about. I've only stayed in one Airbnb my entire time. It was with my mother when we went to Arizona to look at some land. Oh my goodness, that was like the worst Airbnb that I have ever experienced. I understand I've only been in one Airbnb, but that place was like shitty McShitty. The person who had the property, like I don't know what her problem was. She refused to give us a key. She was just like, I'm on 40 acres of land, which she was, but you're not special. All the land out here is, you know, minimum 40 acres. Like, and so she was saying that, her land was safe, nobody was going to come. So she did not give us a key to the rental because it was on her property. And so she's just like, yeah, so you don't get a key. And we were like, no, we need a key. And she was like, no, you don't need a key and we don't lock doors. And it was just like the freaky fact, like you may not lock doors, but we lock doors. And so she was like, well, I don't have a key. So that was like it was like so freaking crazy, like crazy, right? Is that a thing? Is it that can't be a thing. Like get some codes, lady, get something. And so she's telling us about the gate that we had to come in, which yeah, it was a secure gate for us to come in, but it's a freaking gate. Like I'm pretty sure if I wanted to walk over to crawl over it, I could crawl under it or walk over it or just something that I could. But it was I don't know. I don't know what was going on with this lady. So we locked all the doors, closed all the windows. Like, right, it's winter time. And it's Arizona and we were in the freaking mountains, right? So we did all those things. This crazy lady, like, she just came and she wanted to check on us. Like she had been listed as being like a great host or something like that, a super host or something. I don't know. But she came and she was just like trying to just turn the knob and come in. And it was like, the hell, see, this shit right here is why we need a key. And so she would do that every freaking day, but the doors were locked. And it was just like, what the hell? And so I was like, mommy, like, I don't know about you, but don't unpack your shit because every day when we leave, we're taking our shit with us. And so we would not unpack. We were supposed to be there for, I forgot how long we were supposed to be there, but we wouldn't unpack. We would take our stuff with us, right? So we're looking at land and we have all of our luggage in the bag, like we just got here. And it's just like this lady is crazy, like crazy, crazy. And then, yeah, I'm not even gonna go into those stories. That's a whole nother video. But y'all know I got some crazy stories. But that lady, I was just like, Mommy, we can leave and go someplace else. And she was like, no, but this is the one that's closest to the land, and we need to, make sure the land's okay. And I was just like, ugh, which she was right. There was no I don't think there was another Airbnb in that entire city. So, and we were trying to be close to where, the land was because over in them parts, yeah, it took me a freaking hour to get from those parts to get to the store. And when you in a Wrangler, you're like, you not now you need to fill up. You need to fill up, and then we go do our sightseeing. And then we need to fill up just to go back to the Airbnb. It was crazy. Anyway, so back to the topic at hand, guys. So keeping that crazy lady in mind, okay, maybe I shouldn't say she is crazy, but I need security, lady, and I need locks on the doors because even people like you, right? And y'all, have you ever been on 40 acres, right? 40 acres with no light, right? Like that's a freaking horror movie right there. I went to go look out the thing because she said she had a telescope, right? And I was just like, oh my goodness, I want to be a telescope because you're not gonna have any of the pollution of like the city lights and things like that. It was just gonna be straight. And I was just like, man, I want to see the telescope. And so she was like, oh, I'm sorry, the telescope is broken. Then why the freaky fact that you put it on your thing that you had a telescope if you knew it was broken? And anyway, so I decided to look out the window. It was dark as night out there. Like I don't know if I was looking 10 feet ahead or 1 inch ahead. Like I didn't see nothing. I didn't see anything. I was like, this is scary as shit. Like somebody could have been right in front of me, looking dead back at me, and I would not have known it. It was so dark, like dark, dark. And my mama looked out and she was just like, girl, give me your flashlight. So I had the flashlight on from the phone. It didn't do nothing. It didn't do nothing. I made sure that every night my Jeep was as close to the door as possible. So that if we ever needed to just run out for safety, we were running into that Jeep and we were taking off. I was running through whatever gates I needed to run through, right? That's what Jeeps are built for, right? That is. I feel like it is, right? I feel like it is. And then I could just call AAA and file a claim and let them do what they do. My Jeep was still brand new at that time. Yes, I was still under the brand new the the 3 year thing. I got this. I got this. So let's get on to the thing. So in 2016, um, my daughter and I, we went to the Bahamas, right? So this is our first time going to the Bahamas. And all the times we had gone places, like people had safes in the hotels and things, but we were in the United States. So this was our first time leaving the country. And we are looking at the safe. There's just like let's see how this safe works. And so I'm actually like reading the directions because again, I just passed over the safes in the past. I was just like, who uses these? Like nobody uses these. But now I'm like, okay, so we might have need for this. Let me see how this safe works. And so I'm reading the directions. I'm like, oh, okay. So I set it and put some imaginary paper or something there to make sure that I could get the safe open. And I'm like, okay, tell my daughter the code and we just go about our thing, our business, and we decide to go look at this area. And so when we saw an area that we saw a ride that we wanted to get, which is like a lazy river. And so we are like, okay, so we got our passports on us. We need to get these passports and cell phones off of us. And so I was like, okay, so I'm looking and I see a locker. And I want to say the locker was either 20 or $40. And I'm like, no, that's not good because we had walked around the whole thing. We were only getting on that one ride. So we decided to walk all the way back to the hotel. We put our things in the safe and then did the ride and then went back to the hotel, got our stuff. Because I mean, my daughter's a teenager. She was way more into taking pictures and stuff. I think everybody's way more into taking pictures than I am. Like they're more like sentimental, take pictures of the things. And I'm like, it's up here, right? It's up here until right, whatever. Um, and so she was just like, Mommy, I need my phone. I need to take more pictures. I need to do this. And I was like, okay. So we went there back to get the things. And, I was just like, if that's how we set the password on the safe, can we just do a no password tomorrow? Like, how do we do these things? How does this work? I don't know. Like I was feeling some kind of way about the safe. And so I was telling my mother, who was still like in the United States, I was just like, I feel some kind of way about these safes. I don't feel like the safes are safe, right? I feel like anybody can come in and get your stuff. And so fast forward for my last visa run last year in 2023, we decided, earlier in 2023, we had decided that for my last visa run of 2023, we would all meet up in the Bahamas. And so we are there. Y'all, my mother, she did the same thing that I did back in 2016. She's reading the directions on how to do this safe and how to do this, this, and this. And she knew that I felt that they were not safe. Safes are not safe. And so she did all the work. She came up with this code. She set the code. And I was just like, Mommy, put imaginary paper in there. Don't put anything in there. Make sure you got it right, and so forth and so on. And she was like, okay, I got it. My mommy did all that stuff. And she was just like, but I still don't like that the safe. So where the keypad is, it was broken. Like somebody literally took and hit it and broke it. And then the safe itself was not anchored. So all the times that I've seen a safe, it's been anchored to whatever platform it's on. This one was not. And so my mom was just like, anybody can just pick up this thing and run away with our stuff. And I was just like, I'm not putting my shit in there. Like, I'm not. And so she calls down, right? And she's just like, hey, my safe doesn't, it's broken, right? Because the keypad thingy was broken and then it wasn't anchored. And so she was just like, oh my goodness, it's broken. And she's like, yeah, it's broken. And so she was like, we're gonna send the police up. And so the police come up and she's in her uniform and she's trying to, so it's the police and other people, right? So it's not all police. And so other people come up and they're trying to listen to my mother. And so she's showing that the plate is broken. And so and she's like, so this is broken. The safe is broken. And so she was like, oh, that's what you meant. Okay. No, it still works. And so my mama was like, but does it work? if somebody can just pick up the whole safe and run away with it. And so they were like, ma'am, no, no, no. No one's gonna pick up your things. Like this is a safe establishment. It's not gonna happen. No one's gonna take off and run off with it with the whole safe and so forth and so on. And so she was like, but do you not get it that it's broken? Because like it is not it is not grounded. The faceplate is broken. Like this safe is not it doesn't it doesn't serve its purpose if somebody can just do X, Y, and Z. And so I don't know if somebody else wasn't listening to the whole story. I don't know what had happened, right? But somebody else comes in, right? And she was just like, it's broken. And she puts these numbers in, right? And so she does the thing and opens up the safe. And my mom was just like, she didn't ask me if I had put a code in there. If I had, she didn't like, hey, do you have a code? Can you enter your code and see if it works? Or she didn't do any of that. She was just like, bah, 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 bah. And essentially she reset it, right? And so my mom was just like, then what the heck? It's the purpose of me putting my code in and setting it if you just don't come in and put your code in and take whatever I put in there. And she was just like, ma'am, no, no, it's we're gonna send someone to anchor it in. So they sent somebody to like drill holes in there. And she was just like, I'm not using this. Like it was just so funny because like I had expressed that back in 2016, and here she is what is that? Well, that was 2023. And she's just like, these safes are not safe. I was like, thank you. That's what I've been trying to say. These safes are not safe. Like, I'm not using them. I'm not using them. They just in the way because all the places that I've been, the safes are anchored. And so it's just like, it's just something that's just, it doesn't move. But yeah, no, that's not something that I don't use those safes. Um, we did end up going to the beach and we did get on the water ride. Some people do have those little plastic, they're like plastic pouches, right? That are fine to go into the water to the beach and so forth and so on. Some people have those. We decided it was cool. We were just gonna abandon our passports. So we had left them and gotten done our waternessness. And then the other times the weather was not conducive to getting into the actual beach. And then the weather was not conducive to for me, someone like me to even get wet because it was just cold. And so I wasn't playing them shenanigans. And the beach wasn't busy at all because it was just like unseasonably cooler weather, cooler than they normally expected. Like even when you arrived, they were like, "Hey, this isn't normal weather for us. Like this is we got sleeves on. We trying to find jackets to wear. Like this isn't stuff that we're used to." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know." So yeah, just that kind of thing. I don't trust the safes. The other thing is you got to understand like when you are in a hotel space, an Airbnb space, like you don't know these people, right? Remember at the beginning, the lady in Arizona who was just milly willy coming in, trying to come in and like talking about no key. Like, what is that? And I told my mom, I'm like, no, I'm packing my up every day. So I literally would pack my stuff up. I didn't pack it up. Yeah, I didn't pack it up. I just didn't unpack it. Okay. And so I wouldn't unpack it and I would just take my couple of things and close the suitcase back up and take the suitcase back to the Jeep and then take my mother's suitcase to the Jeep. And we would just do that. But no, no, like, so here, being in hotels because y'all know, like I said, that was my first time being in an Airbnb. Otherwise, I'm in hotels all the time. And one thing that I noticed is that I will usually just be like, don't come clean unless I'm here, right? And so if I'm here, if I know that I'm going to be there for X, Y, Z amount of time, then I'll just flip it so that you can come in when I'm here, um, and do your cleaning and be done. So at this establishment, how do I want to say this? I'll just say it, okay? I'm just gonna say it. So at this establishment, with me being here, it takes them about 10 minutes to clean, right? I've had two different people clean. And it takes about 10 minutes. And to me, they are doing a fairly thorough job, right? There are some things where if it were me, I would clean it better, but it's okay. I just clean it better when they leave. Like that. Now, that's me being in my room. I can hear when they are going into someone else's room and that person is not there. it's going to be about 45 minutes in that room. And I'm like, y'all still there? What y'all doing? And at first I thought it was a situation where, like if I check out and maybe I left it a mess or something, and now they're coming to check behind and clean up after that and do, some kind of deep COVIDness cleaning or something. I don't know, but it's not that. It's not a turnover. It is just it's not a new person coming in. It's just that person is gone and I'm going to do whatever I'm doing. I don't know what they're doing because I'm minding my own beeswax, but I can hear, like I can hear very well. I can hear stuff that's going on other floors, right? And so, um, yeah, that's me listening to what's going on other floors right now. But yeah, I'm just like, what are y'all doing in there? It's like, these rooms are not that big. These rooms are not that big. Okay. Like y'all already see where I'm at right now. Clearly you see where I'm at, and then you see the bathroom right behind me. Like these rooms are not big. It's so I'm just like, yo, there's not 45 minutes worth of this to clean. Okay, there's not. And then people's stuff is still in there. And yeah, so just I'm mindful. I am mindful. And I also know that, safes and anything else, they can all be gone through, even if nothing is taken or nothing substantial is taken, or people are trustworthy, all the different things. I'm still not going to set myself up for it, right? I know I'm smart. I know I'm uh not smart, but I am smart, but that's not what I was talking about. Um, what is it? Friendly and all those things, trusting, but that's not something that I'm going to just do. Like, don't come clean unless I'm in the space while you are cleaning. So that's that. And yes, again, for this particular space, it is so freaking small that I do have to leave the room. And so I just stand at the door. I just stand at the door, like, where else do you want me to go? Like, where else do you want me to go? And then I do hold my valuable things in my hands, but they know that. Like, they know that I'm gonna be sitting there holding them because, I mean, like, what do you want me to do? Because if I put them on that one surface and you accidentally hit it and knock it over, trust me, these floors, it's broken. And now what's going to happen? Like, no, let me just take and hold these things in my hands, right? So that's what I do. Now, I want to say the same way that I do that in the United States, let's say that someone was coming to like clean, not clean, but like a plumber or something, like maintenance, right? Maintenance. I'm still gonna keep an eye on you, right? I'm gonna keep an eye on you. I'm not just gonna let you run all up and through my house. Like I'm gonna keep an eye on you. And there is no reason in most situations, unless it's a light bulb that has gone out, them 12-foot ceilings. I'm not changing that light bulb. I'm not. I don't even know how y'all doing it because y'all tall and you're using a ladder and you're doing all these different things. But yeah, so I'm just gonna call somebody to come fix my light, right? And so for that, like I'm still watching you. Like I know you just need to change the light bulb, but I'm gonna watch you while you change the light bulb. I'm watching you. Like you don't need to be going to no extra rooms. You don't need to be doing all these different things. And so I had heard someone explain to me how there's this community. We'll call it a community, and they all use the same cleaning person. And they were all just like, oh man, like this cleaning person is the best, and so forth and so on. And you should use her too. And so the person was like, okay, so I'll give her a try. And so I had a conversation. She had a conversation with the cleaning lady and was like, hey, these are my expectations. Like this is what I like, this is what I need, so forth and so on. So okay, let me put this out there as well. Y'all think I have OCD, right? So this right here, this one here has OCD, right? And so was just saying, hey, these are the things that I like. And I understand that, no one's going to do it exactly the way that I want to do it, but I just want to see if you can at least help in some areas. And so she's explaining everything. This person is extremely fluent in multiple languages, right? And so she's explaining, how she wants things cleaned. Don't worry about cleaning this, and this. Just clean this, and this, right? Just clean these and clean them thoroughly, and so forth and so on. And I don't like cross contamination, like, like if you're using if you go to the bathroom and you're cleaning the bathroom, like don't put that shit in my kitchen, right? Like, use a completely different like everything. And so she's just like making sure that she understands everything and everything is being said and explained, right? Because sometimes people, if they don't know, they don't know, right? And so um that whole conversation went down. And so she's chatting with me and she's just like, hey, so the cleaning lady just left. I was like, okay, how did it go? And so she's just like, I'm not sure. Um, I'm going to have to clean after her. Okay, well that's expected. That's expected because I clean after people in a hotel. Like it's expected. Like we know how we are. We know who we are. So that's fine. So how else was it? Is this somebody you're gonna invite back or what? And she was just like, no. Like the weirdest thing happened. I was like, what happened? And so she was just like, she was cleaning the window, but not spraying the window, like just wiping the window. Okay. You know where the latch is? Uh-huh. She unlatched the latch, which means she unlocked my window. I was like, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Girl, I know this. She was ventilating it, right? She was like, yeah. So I thought she was going to be ventilating the room. She never slid the window open to get any air circulation in. She just unlocked the window. And I was like, wait, what? She was just like, I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe it was some kind of setup and that, if you unlock my window, you can come back and swing through at some later time and have access to come into my unit. She was like, so I did not do that. I don't trust that. And I was like, okay, so I get that. And so she was just like, so she's not allowed to come back. And I don't like that. But this is the thing. There are a lot of people who have their cleaning people come through with them not being there. And she was also saying in her community, there's a lot of people that come through or that allow the clean lady to come through without them being there. She's just like, I don't I can't trust that. Like, what if I wasn't here and I didn't notice that she had unlocked my window? Like, what was that gonna do? How was I? Well, no, not me. Being a single woman out here, but she was just like, yeah, so I'm not doing that. So yeah, there's some things that I guess some of us are more aware of and we're not doing. I'm not using the safes. I'm not having people come in and clean with me not being here. And, it's just that's what it is. So just wanted to put that out there, that information about the safes. I hear a lot of people who travel to different countries and the first thing they do as soon as they land is they're taking their passport and putting their passport in those safes. And I'm not saying that, somebody can steal them, but somebody can steal them, right? You can have different people who are maybe different levels of being vetted to be employees at these different places, and you are exposing yourself. So just be mindful that as soon as you leave, somebody else can put in a whole different code, right? Doesn't have to be the same day. It can be 5 minutes after you walk out that door. So, and maybe they're just looking to see what you got in your safe. Maybe they're just like, this is, let me see if they're using a safe. Because at the end of the day, if you feel like you put your code in and it's not working after you put your code in, what, two times? Is it two times? You just reset the safe. Like there is no, it's not, it's not complicated. So it's just like it's crazy. It's crazy some of these safes. I don't look at all of them because I'm just like I'm not using any of them. I just want to put that out there. Y'all be careful out there. How about that? Y'all be careful out there. And I am not speaking to anyone. The different examples that I use, none of those are here in Merida, Mexico, right? The only thing that is the Merida, Mexico, and it's not just Merida, Mexico, was the cleaning situation for the hotel rooms, where I've been in this space and where I'm at right now, it takes about 10 minutes for them to clean the room. But in other rooms, it takes about 45 minutes when no one is in that room. So yeah, just me listening, being on the lookout and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm always gonna be present. Yeah. And then when I do leave, trust I'm not leaving for any kind of length of time. So gotta keep an eye on my stuff. I got stuff. Okay. I'll chat with y'all later. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll chat with y'all later. Bye, y'all.